Hi folks, well I thought I'd do another spicy video. When I thought about it, I thought if I ever give up the kilt, I'm going to have to call myself Spicy Goth. Every now and then I'll do a sour one, which I really don't like sour. I'll do a spicy one, which I totally freaking love. So I had to go to the store today to pick up one or two bits. So when I was there, I thought, have a look in the crisps, see what's around. Found some that profess to be spicy, but we shall see. We'll start off with this, the Carolina Reaper. That's hot. I don't think it'll make much difference to these anyway. There's 4 bags. I bought 2 multi-bags. One by McCoy's, one by Walker's, which if you live in America or anywhere, it's called Lay's. I think the UK is the only place that they call Walker's anymore, because we turned around and said, up yours, they're bloody Walker's. Because in this country, we got this habit that if somebody changes the name of something, it goes out the bloody window, because we're so set in our ways as to what we have. So before we do this, I'll give you 1 or 2 ideas. If you've ever heard of bird's eye fish fingers and such, some bright spark in the office a couple of years back or something said, it's 2000 and something now, you know, we've got to come into the future. We get rid of the old Captain Birdseye, the old fisherman with a beard and everything, and we'll have a young captain with a peak cap and everything. And he looked more like a space captain than a fisherman captain, I would say. Anyway, let's do that, because we've got to bring younger people into it. A few months later, there was the old Captain Birdseye, because it went. We're so set in that way in the UK. You go, I'll use this pack of cards. Oh, let's go and get some bird's eye fish fingers. Bird's eye. Where's the bloody captain? Who the hell's that? That's not freaking bird's eye fish fingers. No. Very much. We do it. Don't change something. Next thing I remember, what was changed? That changed back pretty bloody quick. Fairy liquid, washing up liquid, have in your sink. Green bottle. It was a little baby fairy, if I remember right. I don't think that's there anymore, not sure. But it's called fairy liquid. Again, somebody thought, no, let's bring it up to date. And we'll call it, what the hell did they call it? Can't remember now. Fairy XL. We call it Fairy XL. Similar bottle, green, Fairy XL. So what's everybody do? Go shopping. Where the hell's the fairy liquid? Where's fairy? Where the hell's that? Fairy XL. But sir, madam, it's the same thing in a different bottle, different name. I don't bloody care. It's not fairy liquid. I don't want it. So, wasn't very long. There on the shelf, fairy liquid. Takes some of these companies a little while to flipping catch on. Hang on, don't change that flipping name. One thing that did change quite a few years ago, we used to have, trying to think which bloody way around it is, marathon bars. Marathon bars come out, a chocolate bar with peanuts and toffee and that in it, a marathon bar. Fantastic! What do you like? I'll have a marathon bar, please. What do you want, kids? We'll have a marathon bar, please. Took over by an American company, I believe, and they said, no, we're going to call them Snickers. So all the bits are going, where's my bloody marathon bar? That's not a marathon bar, it's Snickers. So, yeah, you can go in the store, this is years later, it never went back to marathon bars. Still in the shops. I've never seen it go like it used to go. I never eat them anymore. And I'm sure there's a hell of a lot of other people that don't eat them anymore. The probably sales went down, but they just left it. And I'll tell you one thing, America, that after all these years, it's not been forgotten. If we ever had to come down on you for something, it would be freaking marathon bar that you call Snickers. Because even all these years later, and like I said, I don't see it selling like it used to. But people will still bring it up. Every now and then somebody will bring it up. I get me bloody Snickers, should be bloody marathon. We don't forget. If somebody come along said, tell you what, I bet we change that back to marathon, we'd probably have bloody parties in this country, street parties and everything. Marathon is back. And the last one, and I wasn't going to do this, but the last one, anyone in this country know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you have it in other countries, but breakfast cereal, little things called Coco Pops. Coco Pops, and it always said the monkey. So, Coco Pops, the Coco Monkey. All of a sudden, where the hell's the Coco Pops? Where are they? No Coco Pops anymore. Boxes of Cocoa Krispies with a K. No monkey. Where the frickin' hell's a monkey? Now you can imagine kids in the morning going, what do you like, sweetheart? Coco Pops, please. Okay. They're not Coco Pops. They are, sweetheart. They just got a different name. No monkey. Don't want them. There's no bloody monkey. We really are like that. What? Even I, as an older person, going, what the frickin' hell? Bring the frickin' monkey back, and why the hell did you change the name? That one, a couple of months or so, maybe longer, back on the shelf, Coco Pops with the monkey. Because the sales must have gone, psh. We just what, if it hasn't got the original thing, we just go, sorry, I don't want it anymore. Stuff it. So yeah, that was just a little bit of fun, wasn't it? Maybe not, but that's how we are. That come about with Walkers. The British said, stuff you. You want to call it bloody Lays, call it Lays, but it's Walkers. And if they'd have changed it, sales would have gone. Right, so let's have a look. Talking about Walkers. Punchy paprika. Punchy paprika. So it's supposed to be telling you that this has got a punch. I can find out. I don't hold up anything. Smells a bit like paprika. It's the ridge cut. Ridge. Tasty. Good than that. Tasty. A little bit Walker's Max. Tasty. Like all crisps. A little bit too salty-ish. But punchy. Don't bloody think so. So much to go for the. There was one out of each packet that I didn't use because that'd be bloody. They would be hopeless. Walker's Max. Fiercely flaming hot. Fiercely flaming hot. So there should be sparks flying when I open this freaking bag, shouldn't there? Actually, it does smell a bit like raw chilies. That raw chili smell. Fiercely flaming hot. Let's have a look. Tasty. Probably a little bit, again, too much. Put a little bit less salt in. They're nice. They've got a chilly little bite to them. You can tell because I'm eating more. Fiercely flaming hot. What did I call them? Spicy. I wouldn't call them flaming or fiercely. I just call them spicy. Wash my mouth out a bit. It's very liquid. McCoy's. Ridge cut again. Hot Mexican chili. You should see. I've got to have bloody 4 packets of open crisps now, haven't I? Smells like a cross between Mexican and sweaty socks for some reason. Again, tasty. Not quite as salty as the Walkers. I suppose it's a little bit Mexican there. I could get my sombrero and have a dance around. Hot. Again, I'd say spicy. McCoy's again. Totally different, so. So. Ridge cut sizzling king prawn. And I'm not sure, but sure somebody said to me in America somewhere you don't get prawn flavoured crisps and that. I don't know. What I was told once. Smells a bit like prawns. We just find out. So what we took, sizzling. So let's see if it sizzles. And it's tasty. Again, not as overdone as the Walkers, which they probably go a little bit on the salty side. So these are better in that respect. It is prawny, but not as prawn flavoured as some crisps you get. And I wouldn't call it sizzling, but it is just a little bit there. So there you go, folks. 4 bags of crisp, 2 Walkers, 2 McCoys. Flavour wise, all 4 got flavour. McCoys, I think, hold back a little bit more on the salt. Always wondered why crisps are salty, pretty salty. When you think crisps generally, probably right at the beginning, were more of a pub food, and you can still go in a British pub, and I think so anyway. I ain't been in for flipping years, but we used to have little bowls of peanuts and crisps that you could sit at the bar having a pint and having a dip into the free crisps or whatever. And it dawned on me one day, why free crisps and peanuts? Salt. And that's why they're over salty, because salt makes you thirsty. Thirsty, another pint please. But McCoys are that bit better, I think. So, all in all, the old Carolina Reaper and cheese straw, it's the spot. I suppose I could make these and put them in bags. Alright folks, so yeah, so I'm chewing now. That's just looking at 4 bags of stuff you can get in this country anyway. And out of the blue, a little bit of history on item name changes in this country that goes down like a bloody brick in a swimming pool. So if you're ever going to set up a company in the UK selling an item, leave the bloody name alone, because you will lose out in the end. It's just the way we are. I think if they change the name from Carolina Reaper to something else, the company's going to be buggered. So folks, lovely out there today. I don't know where you are, whether it is. I hope it's just as nice. I hope you're obeying the flipping rules of the lockdown though. The more we obey them, the quicker we're going to be off it and back to normality. So have fun, drink up. Be in the UK or anywhere that sells these, give them a go. They're pleasant, they're a nice little stack, but they're not going to make you jump around going, ah. See?